So in this class, we're going to discuss the socket programming and creating a network applications and socket programming with the TDP, UDP, user datagram protocol, socket programming with the TCP. So as you know that socket programming goal is to learn how to build a client server application that communicate using the sockets. Socket is a door or entry between the application process. So to the end-to-end transport protocol, as I discussed in the first session of this module, already the what is meant by socket, how is the door is open in the transport layer of so as a process like socket is creating in a, so it is a servers. So that is exactly, and the client and interactions will be taking place. So exactly that is a application process is controlled by application developers. It is a rest of the so layers, a transport network link and physical controlled by operating system. So socket is a door between the application process of one process and running in the so within the different system or it within the same host. So here two socket types of two transport services. One is a UDP, as you know that it is unreliable datagram services. TCP is a reliable byte stream oriented. It is a connection oriented services. We are accepting two socket types of two transport services. So here, as an application example concerned, the steps to be followed. The client reads the line of characters or data from its keyboard and sends that data to the servers. So that is exactly client. So whatever the data has been read from the so keyboard, that data has been sent to the servers. And second step, server receives the data and converts those data or characters to the uppercase. Server sends third step is server sends the modified data to the client, and the client is exactly receives the modified data and display the line of its so screen of your so the monitor. So this is the display the line of its on screen of its monitor. These are the first steps in case of an application example concerned. So here, so socket programming with the UDP concerned. So UDP has a no connection between the client and servers. So no handshaking before sending any data because it is a connectionless services. So no handshaking procedure. So but the sender explicitly attached the IP destination IP address. So that is a IP destination address and port number to each of the packet. The receiver extract the whatever sender IP address and port number from the received packet. So here, so UDP transmitted data may be either maybe lost or received, but out of order. So there is no acknowledgement back to the sender. That is the because it is a connectionless so user datagram protocol. So application point of view. So the UDP provides the unreliable transfer of a group of bytes, or it is a datagram between the client and server. So definitely it is a connectionless protocol. So it is a reliable transfer. We cannot expect. It is unreliable transfer of a group of bytes between any client and servers, any peer with the other peer or sender to the receiver. So here, client server so socket interaction. So in user datagram, if you are using a UDP, how client server socket interaction will be taking place. So assume that it is a first you must be run the servers and the server IP and creates the socket. So you must be create socket with the port numbers with the port you called as port X, and server socket is a socket with the INET and socket datagram DGREM. It is a datagram. So it is a so network address. So it is a read the data from the. So it is exactly it is a read the data from the so keyboards. So from the server socket. So here, so that is exactly. So you can similarly in the create a socket in the client side also in the client side. So program you must be write the create socket. So this is how creating socket in the client side. Client socket is equal to socket AF underscore INET and socket datagram. This is the creation of the client socket and creation of the server socket. And so as and when create the datagram with the server IP and port X. So that is that, and send the datagram via client socket. So this is so client socket to the datagram to that. So that whatever the datagram is sent by the client, it will be read the datagram from the server socket. Just arrow mark you can observe. Again, write a reply to that. So whatever read the datagram from the server socket, write a reply back to the server socket So you can see that what is the reply will be sent to the server socket to the client. So read the datagram from the client socket. So that is exactly client socket is reading. And so the specifying, so whenever write a reply to the server, specifying that what is the client address and port numbers, it will be specified. Then it will be, so the client is sending and close the client socket. So example for UDP client. So in the Python UDP client, so it is includes the Python socket library from the socket import, and server name is host name, server port is so they are taken as a example one. So 12,000 as a server port and client socket. So this is our socket dot. So dot is a access operator, AFNet and socket dot socket datagram. So message raw input the layer sentence. So input so some messages to be sent. So here it is a client socket is sent. So this is example in the Python how UDP client has to be right. Send a messages server name and server port, and modified message is the server address and client socket. So this is attached. So that the server name, port number, and message sent into the socket. So it is a so again print modified messages. So client socket to be closed. We print out the received string and close the socket. So here Python UDP server, how UDP server program has to be written, that is in the Python so coding from socket import server port number has to mention as a 12,000 as a server port number, and server socket to be created like IF, INET and socket datagram like server socket. So this is the bind the socket to the local port number. So this is how binding. So dot bind, that is a binding of server port number. So again, to port number, you know that it is at 12,000 as taken as example, and when the server is ready to receive. So while this read from the UDP socket into the messages, getting the client address, client IP and port number. So this is a message and client address to be read from the server socket, received from the 2048 and modified. So messages or message uppercase and uppercase only you can read. So this is just differentiating. Send the uppercase there and string back to the client. How server socket is sent to the modified messages or client address. This is how send the uppercase string back to the this client. So it is an example for UDP server program. So similarly, the socket programming with the TCP, the client must contact the server process must be running. So and server must be created socket and door that welcomes to the client contact. So here client contacts server by creating a TCP socket, specifying the IP address and port numbers of the servers. So when the client is creates a socket, the client TCP establishes the connection to the server TCP. So when contacted by the client server, and TCP creates the new socket for the server process to communicate with a particular client. So allow the server to talk with the multiple clients and source port numbers used to distinguish the clients. So normally application view point of view or point of view. So TCP provides the reliable in-order byte stream transfer time between the client and servers. So example, it is similar to that. So UDP, so server running on the post ID, create the socket, port number and incoming request. Server start to be created in the red line, wait for incoming connection request, connection socket and server socket accept. Here, similarly create the socket and connection host ID and port number, client socket and socket, and read from the connection socket. So send a request using the client socket, and it is a write a reply back to the connection socket. Read the reply from the client socket and close the connection socket. Here also close the connection. So this is interaction between the client and the must be server run to be run even in case of TCP. This is example how to create the client program. So from socket import, server name to be mentioned as a server name or host name. So that is exactly that is a server port 12,000 they have taken. This is how to be create a socket. So create a TCP socket for server and remote port number. So that is they have taken sentence raw input and input the lowercase sentence. So this is how no need of attach the server name and port name. Modified sentence is client socket and receiver from that. So that is a reserve port 1024 and print the servers and modified syntax and client socket will be closed. Similarly, for the that is a Python TCP server program. So creating a welcoming socket and port numbers and create a socket and bind the socket and server port while listen. So connection socket and loop for forever and server waits accept for incoming request for the new socket created to be written. So this the coding has to be done and read the byte of socket from the not address in the UDP and close the connection. Connection of the socket will be closed. So this is the server program. So of Python language. So they are given. So in this class, we have discussed about the socket programming and creating a network application, socket programming with the UDP VMware, and socket programming with the TCP.